Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series as they tackle Daytona Daytona International Speedway. I'll get it right one of these times. And man, oh man, I'll tell you what, we are watching these guys in practice, and they have got a little bit of a different setup underneath them here tonight, and these boys are out there getting racy. However, I would be remiss if I forgot to mention my good buddy and partner in crime for tonight, none other than Dave Worrell. So I am going to go ahead and not mention him, and I'm going to let him take it away.
Hey KR, glad to be back here with you once again on Monday night for the OP Super Speedway Series. Said a lot of action out there on the track here tonight. A lot of action all season long so far. Chase getting ever so closer for these drivers. So intensity is probably going to start picking up here as we go through the rest of these races, getting ready for the chase. And how about the big news earlier today, KR, about Rod Flag stepping away personal reasons? Big man on track, gonna be missed for sure. What are you thinking about that?
Rod Flag stepping away has left a big hole at the top of the point standings, and these drivers are all scrambling to fill it. And it is a bit unfortunate. Very talented driver in the super speedway cars out here, and Rod Flag having the most poles on the season leading up to tonight. That was a bit unexpected, but man, you know, we can't fault a driver for having to step away for any number of reasons. And man, we hope everything turns out good for Rod Flag. We are going to miss him, as he was a spectacular driver to watch. But I'm telling you, Everyone else from second on back in the point standings is looking at this going, I have a shot to be number one. Well, guys, it looks like final 10 seconds of practice is getting, is wrapping up here. Wow, I'm gonna sort it out here in just a moment. That means qualifying getting ready to take place. As usual, while these guys are wrapping up qualifying, we will step away for our national anthem. But that is gonna do it. The flag has waved on our practice session, and we are moving on into qualifying. And the first two cars out on track is the 7 of Josh Milam and the 04 of Mark Mann. I'm gonna try and bring you those two drivers, and we are gonna kick it off with Josh Milam in the 7 machine. Josh Milam has had an up and down season here tonight, or not tonight. Josh Milam's struggling this season. Finds himself 11th place in points. Has completed all of the 9 races, but has not been able to pull off some of the finishes that we expect from that 7 machine. He's only had one top 5 this season, but he is starting to turn it around. He is starting to get his feet underneath him. And I expect to see that 7 machine out of the FSR stable very fast here tonight. He is rolling around for qualifying. And of course, the 04 of Mark Mann running the Batmobile DC Comics machine. Mark Mann right now also looking to make up some ground in the points. He lost 2 positions this past race. Finds himself 100 points behind our points leader. But Mark Mann, capable of winning, has a win on the season, so he is looking to be locked into the chase. And speaking of the chase, we're only about 5 races away from that. And if you give me a minute, I'm going to throw it over to Dave. Dave, why don't you take it away for a bit and tell us what you're watching?
Looking out there at the 77 of David Booth, I believe he's on his first time lap. Not quite sure, had to step away for a second and fix a little audio problems, but yeah, it looks like David Booth now starting his second time lap, hugging that bottom line down there. So
I do want to apologize for last week. Haven't gotten to that yet, but have had the internet people out and crawling all over my house trying to figure out what we had going on last week, why my internet was so bad. And the good news is it was all down to a rodent had chewed through the internet line. So they had replaced some of it, and hopefully everything will be good here tonight. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see if it works great. If not, we're gonna back up like we always do, try and get this in, but if we can't, then we'll record it and then post it on YouTube page later on when everything is done. We appreciate you guys bearing with us while we had those issues. David Booth in the 77 machine has moved up into 4th, and Dave, we got a few drivers up at the top of the charts already who haven't been there before.
Yeah, Mark Mann's up there, Josh Milam, David Overstreet, Cody Eldred right now in 4th position. James Mayers also out there on track. Christian Walker also joining him on track right now. Travis Elliott just now coming off this pit road. It looks like Aspen Belvin though slotted in 9th position right now. So interesting to see some of these other names that we're used to seeing up front come out a little later here in qualifying. See if they can't steal that pole away from the 04 of Mark Mann.
Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine. You mentioned him. He is on his fast lap right now. He is currently scored in 10th place, but he has got a black and white Punisher mobile And I think he is feeling the pressure of putting that car up front. He did pick up a win this season, but it has been a struggle to see that 84 consistently run up front. And I feel he has gone to an older paint job at a time he was more successful to get that 84 machine back into the groove, back up front. So be keeping an eye on that 84 tonight.
Must be a common thing if you've got a 4 in your number to keep an eye out. Rick Seabrand's top of the board. That Yeti Chevy Z01 Camaro. So Rick Seabrand's taking it away from his teammate there, Mark Mann.
Robert Dumendak in the 10 machine checking in on YouTube as well. So we're going to give him some screen time because I control the cameras and he said something nice about me. So the 10 machine right now on a quick lap starting now. He is 14th, but this is going to be his important lap here as he gets down to that yellow line, trying to go as fast as possible in that powder blue and pink machine. We'll see where Robert Dumendak ends up. Right now he's finding himself 17th place. One other driver that is starting to roll out on track is the 95 of James Mayer. James looking very solid so far this season, has had a quiet but consistent season. Comes into tonight in 8th place in the point standings. We'll see if he can't have a good night. I, for one, feel this 95 machine is due for a win.
Now, you're not gonna like it, but I think that 26 of Hunter Reynolds in the FSR crew is gonna be one to watch out for here tonight. Usually running up front, usually right there at stage end. So watch for that 26 to be quick here in qualifying and keep himself up there in the front in the hunt for the win in stage 1.
Hunter Reynolds running the high side here. We do have a new pole sitter. That is the 89 of Ken McCullough Jr. So he is taken to the top of the speed charts. His teammate, the 2 machine of David McCullough, running a new paint scheme out here tonight. We'll see if that new paint scheme inspires him to maybe charge to the outside lane like we don't ever see that 2 machine do.
Fifth machine on the board there. 5th on the board for David.
Yeah, he jumped right up there, so he's going to start pretty front and center. But the 24, Will Weber, a rookie in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series, he was race control for the first part of the season, while Mark Vega took a shot at the championship round, but Mark unable to make enough races, didn't score as many points as he was like. Will Weber said, you know what, I want to take a shot at racing out there. So Weber's running and Vega's in booth, in the race control booth.
You know, that's a good thing these guys do. They put actual drivers up in the booth so they can help interpret a little bit more, you know, kind of call it a little bit more even, I guess would be the word to say there. So that's just another great thing that these guys do here in this league.
The 40 of Anthony English going to jump up into 2nd place. And with that, guys, no one else is out on track. So we are going to step away for our national anthem. Please join us. We honor this nation.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying has wrapped up. Drivers are starting to take to the grid. That means it is time to go through our starting lineup for tonight's event. Row number 1 going to be made up of the 89 of Kenneth McCullough Jr. and the 40 of Anthony English. Row number 2 will be the 4 of Rick Seabrands and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 3 will be the 7 of Josh Milam and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row 4 will be the 2 machine of David McCullough and the 11 of Chase Berry. Row 5 will be the 95 machine of James Mayer and the 10 of Robert Duvendak.
Starting inside row 6, the 12 of Tristan Walker, the 02 of David Overstreet. Row 7 to 35 of Douglas Rice, the 14 of Cody Eldred. Row number 8, the 51 of Travis Elliott, 62 of Les Levy. Row number 9 to 38 of Cody Levitt, followed by the 77 of David Booth. Row number 10, the 15 of Alex Green, the 116 of Mike Schultz.
Row 11 will be the 84 machine of Aspen Belvin and the 1 of Mark Vega scheduled there, but he is race control tonight. We want to give a special thank you to Mark Vega for doing that for us here tonight. Row 12 will be the 97 of Thomas Gold and the 9 machine of Nate DeFayette. Row 13 will be the 82 of Daniel Harrington. You can check out his live stream on Twitch. That is at Demon Tech 82. And on his outside will be the 07 of Scott Bellum. And bringing up the rear of the field, final row 14, starting in 27th spot. That is the 24 machine of Will Weber. So the driver's rolling out now. The 89 of Kenneth McCullough, I believe, picking up his first pole position of the season. So congrats to him on that. Putting a McCullough up front always means excitement is bound to happen. Putting him in the back, well, excitement's bound to happen there too. So the 89 up front, we're going to see what the 89 can do. Hopefully works out just fine for him here tonight. 40 of Anthony English going to be starting on his outside. But first, Dave, we got to get rid of that smelly butt stain in front of everyone.
Yes, we do. We got to kick it off the track here any minute now, actually. Driver's going to get ready, elbows up, ready to grind this thing out till stage 1's over, lap 25. See who can take it to glory land here.
Lights are out on the Ford Mustang pace car. Kenneth McCullough will be in control of the field and bring us down to our first green flag of the night. And here we go. Green flag is out. The 89 gets a good start. The 40 got caught napping, Rick Seabrand's in the 4 machine already trying to pull up to the back bumper of McCullough and give him a good little shove as they head off into turns 1 and 2. Side by side they go. Now the outside lane's starting to build some momentum. Mark Mann in that 04 looking to get to the back bumper of the 40 machine, and they're going to charge hard down this Daytona backstretch.
Yes, they are 4 on the bottom lane, tied up real tight. Only 3 on the outside lane right now, being led by Anthony English, but he's got some good help behind him with Mark Mann. Also, Hunter Reynolds right in tow. Looks like the 11 of Chase Berry starting to join the party as we come back around to the trioval to complete lap 1. Kenneth McCullough goes ahead and puts a notch in the belt, leading that first lap here tonight.
McCullough already earning a bonus point for leading a lap. He has got to climb in the points. He is currently in 7th place. He is hungry for more. He has a win and has locked himself into the championship contention, but he won't be happy with just 1 win. He's wanting another one. Off to a good start here, setting himself on pole. Clean air to the nose of that machine. And now he has got to find a way to hold off the rest of the field for 100 laps here tonight.
There for a second, it looked like the 14 thought about making it 3 wide there with James Mayer and Robert Duvendak. He looked to the outside, thought better of it, crawled back in line just behind Robert Duvendak there on the outside, still side by side for the lead. The entire Pack KR is pretty much within about a second of each other, so all these guys still up on the wheel, nobody really hanging back. Gotta go way back there, find type of gap all the way back there with Cody Levitt and that 38 machine. Looks like he's got a group of guys maybe hanging out right now, but still side by side battle for the lead. Anthony English, Kenneth McCullough.
Already starting to see some 3 wide action. The 51 and the 84 trying out that high line very early here at Daytona. Teammates trying to make it work. The 51 and 84 out of the JSI Motorsports stable, and they are starting to make up some ground. But here at Daytona, not nearly as wide as Talladega. So some bold moves here early in stage 1. We'll see if this is going to work out for them. They do have some ground to make up, but plenty of time to do it.
They're really early in the race, really early in the run. We all know this stays green. There's going to be green flag pit stops close. Oh, the 84 on the wall a little bit there. Keeps it going straight. That's going to hurt Travis Elliott's efforts to get up there at front. Just as I say that, Chase Berry decides to jump on out there, and let's make this a 3-wide battle for, what's that, 5th place?
Chase Swery joining the battle out on the high side. Going to use some momentum from the 51 machine, and they are starting to charge to the front. The 51 really charging as well. He has started deep in the field and wasted no time to try and get to the high side to make something happen here. And right now, these guys really starting to mix it up here very early.
In a big block by Anthony English. Sure, his rear bumper is pushed in pretty good from the contact there from Chase Berry, but nothing Chase could really do there except pretty much rear end him there. Not sure I would have made that block if I was Anthony, but blowing that momentum on the high side, I believe Chase Berry and Travis Elliott would have went to the lead right there, but good move by Anthony English, still himself battling for the lead. Outside line now starting to fade away, coming off the turn 2 down the back stretch.
The 2 lanes on the inside and middle starting to prevail over the 2 cars in the outer lane, but those 2 cars, the 11 and the 51, not giving up on this 3rd lane here very early in the race. And that 51, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, Travis Elliott making some bold moves here very early on. Now the 40 of Anthony English going to jump up there, trying that block move once again. However, that is going to leave room for the 04 of Mark Mann. Oh, now big heavy contact, and we are seeing a big stack up from the leaders. Has caught up most of our lead cars. And we are under yellow for the first time here tonight. And let's back this up and let's see how this happened. Mark Mann, Rick Sebrands. We got one car going up and over. I believe that was the 51. Several other cars slowly working their way through. Let's see if we can see how this develops. The 40 and moved up to the high side. The 04 of Mark Mann trying to squeeze through. The 40 pinches him down, makes contact. And then Mayhem and Calamity behind him.
Yeah, KR, that is definitely a big one early here tonight. Lap 8 out of 100 for these guys. A lot of big names, torn up race cars. Probably going to have to eat up that fast repair, so that could change the whole dynamic. The rest of this race, the way some of these drivers run it.
Never want to have to use your fast repair within the first 10 laps of a 100 lap race, but if you have to, man, that is going to hurt your strategy. However, I will say a lot of these drivers would rather just take the extended pit stop. They know they're going to have 2 more cautions for sure. We'll have 2 stages here tonight in the middle of the race. Lap 25, lap 50. So plenty of time to work on their car, and then 50 laps in stage number 3. Plenty of time then to get that car back up to the front. A lot of drivers saving their fast repair for the pit stops that happen on stage number 2 yellow.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 51 of Travis Elliott is not going to be one of those guys. Got it to pit road. Already fixed it up, ate that fast repair, so he's going to be a driver that we might want to keep an eye on. Don't think we'll see him up front much. Just wary of throwing the backup car, you know what I mean? So this could change some things.
First one off of pit road is Chase Swery and the 11 machine. 2-tire pit stop for him. The 7 of Josh Milam also taking a 2-tire stop. So with the track being under yellow, we're going to step away for just a minute, guys, and we will be right back after this.
the best. You got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the lights have gone out on the pace car, it is time once again to start thinking about dropping the hammer and going wide open here at Daytona International Speedway. Chase Swery in the 11 machine gonna restart on the front row inside. He has chosen the inside lane. 7 of Josh Milam gonna be starting on his outside. Mike Schultz in the 116 and the 10 of Robert Duvendak going to make up row number 2. James Mayer in the 95, looking to be the third car on the inside row. We are getting ready to go green flag racing once again. And Dave, early excitement here tonight. Already saw the 11, the 51, the 84 jump up to the outside lane. Will we see another car try that here early on in stage 1, or you think maybe drivers will settle down and try and ride this out a little bit?
If I'm one of the drivers up front, I'm just riding. If I'm one of the drivers that got caught up in that last incident, I'm definitely just riding. But I mean, it was more so, I think, a block than anything. We're gonna go green flag racing right here. Chase Berry getting to the restart line. There he is, firing off the 7 of Josh Milam with a great start on that outside line. Robert Duvendak not on his rear bumper, so the 116 of Mike Schultz gonna get up there to Chase first, push him around to turn 1. Will he clear? He does. Making his way through the center off of turn 2. Now Robert Duvendak finally getting to that rear bumper of Josh Milam. Alex Green jumping out to that outside line as well, just behind them. Cody Levitt, 4th car on the inside line. So, I mean, KR, I think these guys up here might play it kind of cool, but still put the hammer down, trying to make some separation from some of those guys that were caught up in that early one.
The 2 of David McCullough shot through the grass as he got a bump he didn't like. Some damage on that left side machine. Don't know if he got that earlier or part of this most recent incident, but David McCullough going to lose a lot of ground here. He finds himself all alone, having lost the lead pack. He's got some time though. He also has some help in the 35 of Doug Rice right there with him, but a big moment for the 2 machine. Good save by David McCullough. Meanwhile, back up front, the 11 of Chase Berry leading the charge on the inside lane. The 7 of Josh Milam leading the charge in that outer lane. This lead pack now separated. It's an 11-car lead pack. Christian Walker in the 12, and the next car trying to follow these guys. But a big separation happening there very early on. The 40 of Anthony English trying to close in on them as well.
And I think that's just a product of the big one happening early here on lap 8 for these guys. Got a little bit of guys gun shy, I think. Or just, conservative, basically. In order to win it, you got to finish it. So some of these guys erring on the side of caution. These guys can make it all the way, I think, KR, now to the end of stage 1. What do you think about that one? I think they can.
Yeah, our first caution came out around lap 8. Cars can go 18 to 20 laps with the stage ending on lap 25. I believe we'll see them all run to the end of stage number 1 without a green flag pit stop. A little bit of strategy here, though. Maybe if you're sniffing around the middle here of the pack, maybe stop when there is a lap or 2 to go. Get that green flag pit stop in. Don't go a lap down. Get a splash of fuel. Get back out there. Then you're all set. Maybe take over some track position, leapfrog the rest of the field.
Yeah, the only problem with that is some of those guys that might try that are the guys that were caught up in some of that action early, so be up front with some damage may not work out best for those kind of strategy calls.
Meanwhile, the battle is still side by side for the lead. The 11 and the 7 leading their respective lanes. Chase Swery in the 11 machine. Now Mike Schultz in the 116 going to make a move to the outside of Chase Berry. Schultz with a good bit of steam heading into turn number 3. Josh Milam right on his back bumper. They are all racing side by side. James Mayer in the 95 trying to find a way to the front of this thing. Mayer would love to lead a lap. He's just got a few more cars to get around to make that happen.
And just at the back end of this field, KR, look who's looking at 3 wide back there. Or at least he was there for a second. Kenneth McCullough, obviously, those guys always jump outside. He was looking outside of Anthony English there for a second, but I guess he tucked back in.
89 of Kenneth McCullough, our pole sitter for tonight, finds himself running around in the 13th spot. Now he is making a move to the outside of the 40 of Anthony English. He is all by himself, though. He is going to lose some momentum if no one jumps out there with him, but he had a good run, and he is still hanging tough on the outer lane, still gaining some ground. No help for the 89 just yet as he continues to try and charge through the field. Now Anthony English in the 40 is going to join him. We're looking at lap 18 of 100. But the stage ends when they cross the start-finish line on lap 25. So if you're looking for some stage points and you're at the back of this lead pack, you have got to start making something happen. And that is what the 89 is doing.
Yes, he is. And now we're looking at about our top 16 all packed up right here. Chase Berry on the inside, the 95 of James Mayer trying hard to lead a lap on the outside. A lot of different action going on, man. Kenneth McCullough looking 3 wide, getting back in line now behind Alex Green. Still has the 4 with Anthony English behind him. 77 up there, David Booth right there, 4th car on the inside line. So James Mayer now with a move to the bottom to take the lead away into turn 3.
As we ride on board with the 77 of David Booth. Taking us for a ride in this inside lane. Chase Swery slashing out to the outer lane, trying to hold on to this lead. Mike Schultz right behind him. And that lap led by James Mayer, leading his first lap of the race, earning himself a bonus point. He's going to need a few more than just 1 lap led here tonight.
Here he comes again, not scared to stick it out there next to that wall. 89 of Kenneth McCullough now side by side with Robert Duvendack and David Booth, moving up now to the door of the 7 of Josh Milam. So Kenneth able to make some runs on his own out there. It looks like he's going to fade just a little bit now, but looking pretty impressive by himself.
That he is. Alex Green in the 15, not going to try and play with the 89 just yet. Alex Green in that 15, I like to call him Mr. Excitement. I know that nickname's been coined by Jimmy Spencer. That's all right. Alex Green always puts on a good show as well, and I coin it for Alex here in this OP Racing Super Speedway League. But man, the 89 of Kenneth McCullough really is able to hold tough in that outer lane. James Mayer in the 95, though, is your race leader. Chase Berry in the 11, trying to battle through his back door. Can't quite get there. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds breaking away for pit road. We will have 2 cars 1 lap down. Nate DeFayette in the 9 machine, currently running in 24th spot, is the last car on the lead lap. as stage one is starting to draw to a close.
Starting to draw to a close here, as you said. Cars getting a little bit loose with Josh Milam wiggling around in that middle lane. Looks like Chase Berry, the 116, Mike Schultz, going a little bit high every now and again. He's throwing the air on the front end of that 7 off, getting a little bit loose. Moved to the outside now by Robert Duvendak. Gonna have a push from Kenneth McCullough. Let's see what they can do with it here. About 2.5 laps, something like that. 3 laps, maybe. 1, 2, carry it. Help.
We're in numbers that I don't understand. But I do understand. We're on board now with the 89 of Kenneth McCullough. He is trying to push the 10 of Duvendak to the front, and they are starting to get there. So Kenneth McCullough, our pole sitter, having to make up some ground after the pit stops for that first caution. He is making some moves, trying to find a way to win stage number 1. He earned the pole position, and now he's got one more lap to get that machine to the front. Can he get it done? Final lap of stage number 1 as we are 3 wide.
Able to get that lap led from a push by Kenneth McCullough was Robert Duvendak, fading back a little bit now on that outside lane. Chase Berry surging ahead. Good help from Mike Schultz and Josh Milam. Now James Mayer starting to move up a little bit on that inside lane with just help from Cody Levitt. James Mayer clears them all. They're 3 wide for 3rd place. Cody Levitt on the bottom, giving James Mayer push back to the line. Now Chase Berry surges once again through the trioval. I believe Chase Berry's going to lead the last lap here in stage number 1. We'll wait from confirmation from race control, but one heck of a finish. They are there at one time. The top 9 were 3 wide.
And it is confirmed. Chase Sweary Berry in the 11, your stage 1 winner. And what a stage that was. We saw these drivers giving it all they had. That might as well been the finish of the race, because I could not tell a difference between a stage end or the race end the way these guys were going after it.
And that's exactly what stage racing is meant to produce, is racing all race long. These drivers, big one happened. Most of them just shake it off, get back out there, go hard in the paint once again.
Now everyone having to check up and wait for the pace car to catch up to them. That is why all the drivers are slow down on the infield here. So once the pace car catches up to them, we'll see if they can make their pit stops here. Chase Berry, if I was Chase Berry, I'd bring it to a stop here. Make sure I was at full speed for pit road. And now the pace car, there it is. You can see it cycling through. Pit road is open. Pit stops happening for our stage ending caution here tonight. This is our 2nd caution of the night. And Chase Berry wasting no time getting onto pit road.
And I think this may be an advantage for him. Most of the field almost completely stopped behind him, so he was able to get on pit road much faster than the rest of the field. So I imagine that 11 of Chase Berry to come out of pit road already down out of his box on his way out. So I believe he's going to inherit the lead after winning stage number 1.
Let's see if we can't get a word in with our stage 1 winner, and that is Chase Sweary. Chase, how you doing out there tonight?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing just fine, man. That 11 machine picking up the first stage win of the night. How is your race going so far?
It's going pretty good. Just trying to, trying to run up front. I got to win to get into the chase. So kind of not really desperate, but kind of desperate.
Well, you find yourself coming into tonight 25th place in the points. A win would go a long way. Stage wins are gonna help you out as well. Can we expect more out of this 11 machine? You think you can do the trifecta here tonight?
I don't know if I can do the trifecta. This second stage, I'm gonna do what I can to stay up front. But I'm gonna try to stay up front if I can. If I get shuffled to the back, I'm just gonna ride around to the third stage and then hang out for a little bit. But hey, if I'm up front, I might as well come up here and try to lead the most laps.
All right, man. Well, the 11 machine, I'm sure, has several people who would like to thank. While you had the mic, take it away.
I want to thank Josh for giving that push right here, coming off of 4, man. I know he was about to blow up, but definitely thanks to him. Thanks to my teammates for, talking with me, keeping calm a little bit. And also, Derek, I know you out there in surgery land. Get better. I know you got your surgery tomorrow, so get well soon.
Well, there you go. Our Chase Berry picking up stage win number 1 here tonight. And Dave, those drivers drove as hard as they could in stage 1. It might as well have been the end of the race. Very exciting.
Maybe backing it out because I just don't think it's in any of those drivers out 13 lead changes. So just amazing what these guys do out here in these fast cars.
Flaking right there. Hopefully it's leveled out. Not 100% sure what happened there, but we're gonna try and do this. I don't know, man. I can only do so much. I can only pay my bills so many times, complain so many times, but the amount of money I give to my cable company, I expect to have a nice, smooth internet, and it just doesn't seem to be happening.
Well, I mean, honestly, KR, I think a lot of us fight our providers with saying one thing, providing others. A lot of people out there have to deal with it. I'm at the limit of what I can get, and it ain't near what it should be for the price I pay. So now it's kind of one of them deals, man.
Oh well, hopefully it stays somewhat decent here tonight. We're gonna try and be here as long as we can. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get back to it. Now the 11 machine, Chase Berry, selecting the outside lane. That is gonna give the 02 of David Overstreet the inside lane for this restart. James Mayer in the 95, looking solid so far tonight. He is going to restart inside row number 2 on his outside from the Fuel Sim Racing stable. That is the 7 machine of Josh Milam. Here we go one more time. The Ford Mustang getting out of the way, and the green flag getting ready to drop. Chase Berry in the 11 on the throttle. The 7 of Josh Milam right back where he was, pushing the 11 as hard as he can. David Overstreet in the 02 got a little bit of ground to make up as they head off into turns 1 and 2.
I'm not sure what was going on that start. It looked like 02 just didn't go on that inside line, but now surging forward really hard with a big push from James Mayer in that 95. Anthony English in third place. Well, not third place, third in line on the inside lane. So these guys going to start going at it once again. I believe Chase Berry and James Mayer are going to get the momentum back here in about a lap or so. So we're going to be back to side-by-side action all over the track.
Going on board with the 04, Mark Mann, he finds himself now in 19th position. He had a horrible start, lost a lot of ground, but I'd like to do this for Mark, so we're going to do it once again for him. Hopefully this will inspire him to drop the hammer, get the lead out, and move forward through the field. So Mark, let's get moving, bud. 19th place. Ain't going to cut it here tonight.
Push.
The Batmobile struggling here early on, got caught up in our very first caution. He is trying to recover from that. Meanwhile, the 02 of David Overstreet leading his first laps of the race quite solidly out front. Granted, it is only by a car length, but for here at Daytona, that's a solid lead.
Yeah, pretty solid lead. Would be able to make some blocks if he felt like it. Don't know if he's going to try it. Seen blocks not work quite so well earlier here tonight, so looks like maybe these guys might be kind of chilling out here. Robert Duvendack going to the back all of a sudden there. Dropping back to about, I don't know, what is that, 10th, 11th place?
The 10 of Duvendack settling into 10th place behind Mike Schultz in the 116 machine. David McCullough in the 2 machine. We saw him go flying through the grass. Now he finds himself in 11th place, trying to make up some ground. That stage-ending caution, very helpful for the 2 as he was back and lost the lead draft and was losing ground to him, so he was thankful for that stage in. But meanwhile, the 0-2 of David Overstreet staying up front. Could this be the race that David breaks through?
And in the lead up there pretty easily now. Chase Berry starting to surge back on that outside. Just as I say that, wouldn't you know it. David Overstreet back to the lead off of 4 as they work their way back around to the start-finish line.
Chase Berry in the 11 machine still has the 7 of Josh Milan pushing him. Those 2 cars have not been separated for quite a few laps as they are battling on the outside lane, trying to make something happen. Now the 15 of Alex Green trying to make it 3 wide, sticking his nose in there. Wisely backed out, but Alex Green not afraid to fill a hole that opens up. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds all by himself in the outside lane. So far, no one going to help him. And now we got several cars breaking away for pit stops here very early in stage number 2.
Yeah, that looked like it was Anthony English in I believe it may have been Chase Berry. Not quite sure on that one. No, Chase still out front. I definitely know it was Anthony English. Not sure who driver was that went with him, but kind of early to be dropping down there at this point in time.
All right, so green flag pit stops happening already. These drivers making a gamble here, pitting early. We'll see if this plays out for them. James Mayer in the 95, the 40 of Anthony English. Got to hook up, got to get up to speed, but they're going to need a few more cars to join them if they would like to make this work. Meanwhile, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds used that outside lane to his advantage, and now he finds himself out front for the first time tonight. Has not led a lap just yet, but has set himself up very well to be the first car across the start-finish line for lap 36.
And last lap, KR going through turns 3 here. David McCullough, Kenneth McCullough were 3 wide. Josh Milan was the lead car on the middle lane. Blew up, had to bring it down to pit road. That split up this front pack just a little bit, but never fails. McCullough clan out there, outside lane. Yeah, it's only the second lane, but that's just for now. They'll go 3 wide anytime they have to, making up some ground on those 2 leaders of Hunter Reynolds and Chase Berry.
Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine. I apologize. I'm just now realizing that the 26 is 1 lap down, or I should say he is the last car on the lead lap. Chase Berry is still our race leader. Hunter Reynolds trying to get a lap back the hard way. He is where he needs to be to do that. He is with this lead pack. He is going to have to make a pit stop before the end of this stage. So this is a very interesting situation for the 26 machine. 7 of Josh Milam, who said he blew an engine, so that means he has had to use a fast repair. He is going one lap down here, and he will be joining up with this lead pack. He's got to find a way around the 26. Should Chase Berry get past the 26, and Berry making a move to get around Hunter Reynolds. So Hunter Reynolds now in a difficult situation because he is now officially one lap down, does not want to mess up any of these leaders that are around him, but he does not want to give up this position that he is in.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. I mean, Josh Milam in the 7 just a little bit further back in the field right there, but nonetheless, almost in the same situation, being the first car a lap down now as Hunter Reynolds going back around our leader Chase Berry with a push from the 2. I believe that's David McCullough, yes.
Yep, David McCullough pushing the 26 to the front of this lead pack. And now David McCullough going to lead his first laps of the race. Hunter Reynolds once again finding himself behind the leader, but he is trying to do everything he can to be in front of the leader. Should the caution come out and Hunter Reynolds is leading this pack, he will be the last car on the lead lap and be able to be waved around the field essentially. That would put Josh Milam as the first car one lap down. So Josh Milam in the 7 rooting for the 26 here to be leading this race.
I'm sure he is, and I'm sure Hunter is wanting this lead pack to do their green flag pit stop because I'm looking at the fuel mileage here, and it's not looking too good for most of this lead pack here. I think they're gonna run out before stage in unless they're willing to risk it. We've seen people do it in the past, KR. Any of these drivers up here need the points that bad to risk it that much?
I gotta say, I don't think anyone in this lead pack has the fuel to make it to the end of the stage. The only one that really does is the 7 of Josh Milam. He does have enough fuel, but when everyone peels off the pit road, he is going to be a sitting duck who is going to inherit the last car on the lead lap. And then he's got to hope that he can stay in front of everyone who has already made a pit stop. But Hunter Reynolds in the 26 doing what he can right now to be the first car, or I should say the last car on the lead lap, doing a great job running a clean race, running these leaders respectfully, as now the 24 of Will Weber and the 62 of Les Levy finding themselves being lapped. We have a few more cars in that lap down position. Now the 7 of Josh Milam, even though he is one lap down, he's going to try and battle to get his spot back.
And that was a big moment there going around those other lap cars for Josh Milam to use the draft and almost blow the doors off of those other 2. Try to keep himself in that lucky dog position should something happen here before this lead pack ducks off down to pit road. Looks like they should be coming next few laps, all of them getting single file, letting Hunter Reynolds lead this pack.
I gotta believe Hunter Reynolds is gonna run this tank dry. He's not gonna try anything until he has got to hit pit road at the last absolute second to do that. And so this 26 hoping for a caution. Josh Milam in the 7. I think he's one of the drivers hoping that a caution does not come out. Of the drivers who have made their pit stops, the 95 of James Mayer leading these drivers, the 40 of Anthony English battling right alongside him as they are looking to take over the lead and the top spots when this lead pack hits pit road. They are currently I'm sorry, 45 seconds off of our lead pack. And they are driving just as hard. They are still in this race, so very different pit strategies here. And only one of those pit strategies is going to prevail. Who is it going to be? James Mayer in the 95 leading this second group. Chase Berry in the 11 leading this first group. A little hard to follow right now, as the 26 of Hunter Reynolds is the last car still on the lead lap. As we're looking at coming to 5 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Yeah, and I think any of these drivers in this lead pack, if they choose to pit now, I think they're going to get ate alive. They're going to get gobbled up, because you're going to be on pit road at least, let's call it 25 seconds or so, and you've only got a 37-second lead. You're not going to be able to get up to speed fast enough. That second pack is going to just mow you on down. So I don't know, some of these drivers may have made their bed and trying to lay in it now. Maybe fuel mileage will come into play here as we come closer to stage in for number 2. Stage in for number 2. That was really dyslexic, wasn't it? That was some Yoda stuff.
And it can happen to the best of us. Pit stops happening. The 26 breaking away. The 11 of Chase Berry as well. And Chase really aggressive on the pit road. Hunter Reynolds, though, going to prevail. But that will give the lead. Well, I don't know who that's going to give the lead to as the entire pack hits pit road. Josh Milam in the 7 now, the last car on the lead lap. He is working with the 62 and the 15. Alex Green in the 15. That is a battle for position. The 62 of Les Levy in 19th spot. So all these guys are on the lead lap. All of them can make it to the end of the stage. Chase Berry in the 11, still your race leader, taking just a splash of fuel. The 2 of David McCullough in second place. Big stack up on the backstretch. Caution flag gonna fly. We have several cars going around. That includes the 40 of Anthony English, the 12 machine of Travis Walker, or I'm sorry, Tristan Walker, the 07 of Scott Bellum getting involved. We're going to go to our turn 3 replay to see what happened here. The 40 and the 12 make contact, and several cars go flying to the inside wall. The 40 of Anthony English catching the tire barrier. Heavy smoke out of the 40 and the 07 as they made pretty decent contact with that inside wall.
Big moment. Those guys were back there racing hard, trying to catch up to Chase Berry. Cody Levitt was actually leading that pack, able to stay out in front of it all while carnage and mayhem happened behind him. But Chase Berry, horseshoe, brother. That's 2 for 2 tonight.
Not officially confirmed by race control for Chase Berry being our stage winner, but it looks like that 11 machine could win the second stage of the night. Pit stops happening. We're waiting for word from race control, so give us just a minute on that. While that is being up in the air, pit stops are happening. Chase Berry in the 11 machine on the pit road once again. And there it is. I just got confirmation from race control that the 11 machine has picked up his second stage win of the night. So he has gone 2 for 2 so far. Man, oh man, what a stage that was.
Yes, it was. It was going to play out to be absolutely epic compared to the greatness that it already was, because that little backpack with Cody Levitt, Anthony English, and those guys, they had a full head of steam coming through the 11 Chase Berry. So would have been interesting to see all those guys blend in and fight it out for the last 2 laps or so, but we still got a whole nother stage to go through.
That we do. Cody Eldred in the 14 machine has not hit pit road just yet. So let's go ahead and talk to our stage 2 winner once again. And Chase Berry, you've gone 2 for 2 here tonight. Nice run so far, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
That 11 machine, pit strategy, a good pit stop there under green flag conditions. The yellow fell in your favor as you were not up to full speed yet. You didn't have a pack form to protect you, and you're going to end up with the stage win.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I got off the pit road in a hurry. I probably got on and off of it the best I've gotten on it in a long time. And I wanted to have somebody to work with and everything, but I mean, I seen Cody and them coming, and I was like, all right, and then I seen them wrecking. All right, sweet. The caution was excited. So, but I think, man, Cody and man, they were hauling them. I don't know if I'd have done that with them. I was just gonna stay low and stay out of the way.
Well, the 11 machine out front once again, picking up your second stage win here tonight. Now you set your sights on a victory here tonight. What do you think your key to victory lane will be?
Probably stay out of trouble. And I'm gonna try to stay up here in the top 5 if I can, top 4. And if I do get shuffled to the back, you know, I have great teammates like, you know, Aspen, Tristan, Travis, Cody, and who else? I'm missing somebody. Anyways, I got all them. We'll work together. We'll get back to the front, and I'm just trying to stay out front right now, man. I'm trying to be the boss man right now.
Well, you're doing a mighty fine job of it here tonight so far. That 11 machine leading for 28 laps so far and continuing to climb in that lap counter, man. Nice job so far. Good luck for the rest of the race. But before we let you go, any shout outs, thank yous?
I'm gonna give a shout out to my pit crew for getting me on and off pit road. They didn't have to do anything but stick the needle in the gas can, so that's pretty much what I did. Just stuck it in there and, you know, got lucky and pulled. I guess I don't know what happened, but me and a few others in the back pulled away and they were stuck with us. So definitely, that's pretty much it. And same people from last time.
All right, that is the 11 machine of Chase Swery getting it done here, picking up the first 2 stage wins and a great showing so far. Lights have gone out on the pace car. That means we are getting ready to fire off stage number 3.
As we will work halfway through the race here, still tons of great racing action left to be had. Field's going to get double file going down the back stretch. It looks like the McCullough clan up there up front. Cody Levitt still up there as well. James Mayer, David Overstreet. All those guys have been up front since that early caution here tonight on lap number 8 KR. So look for a lot of these guys to stick it out and try to stay up here where they're at. It has led them to have 2 great stage finishes. So a lot of these guys making a lot of points at the end of these stages tonight.
That they are. 2 drivers we don't normally get to talk a whole lot about being up front. That is the 11 of Chase Berry, the 02 of David Overstreet, the 38 of Cody Levitt right there as well, and James Mayer in the 95. And I was looking at James Mayer here tonight. I feel like James has been due for a while. His card has got to come up tonight. but I cannot count out any one of these drivers here as the green flag comes out. Final stage underway. 49 laps left in tonight's event.
And the 0-2 of David Overstreet shot out like a cannon. Not sure if he jumped a little bit. That's going to be interesting for the race control to look at, but nonetheless, right now, he is your leader in front of Chase Berry. Got the 95 of James Mayer working the outside with the 82 of Daniel Harrington out of nowhere up here battling in the front now.
Do want to do a touch of housekeeping here. Doug Rice in the 35, the first car, 1 lap down. He finds himself in 24th spot. Anthony English in the 40 machine is sitting on pit road, heavily damaged. We hope that 40 can get back out there tonight, but he has got a lot of repairs to get through before he can get rolling again. And the car scored in last spot tonight. That is the 26 of Nate DeFayette. And he unfortunately has had some issues with his computer hardware. He is out of tonight's race. Fortunately, he has stopped by the YouTube chats and let us know what happened to him. Thank you, Nate, for saying that. Man, tough luck here tonight. We hope to see you next week as strong as ever.
And next week at the track, I'm sure he's going to bring you a cookie. Hit his name right, not once, but twice here tonight.
The 95 going around. Big stack up with the leaders. The 95 of James Mayer on his lid. We got cars spinning. We got issues. We got problems.
I think that involved almost all of the field at some point in time. Cars all the way back there, like the 97, even collected up in that. Thomas Gold collected up in it. I mean, cars all the way in the back that started at the front, ended at the rear.
James Mayer in the 95 had just gotten back to the lead. The 2 machine of David McCullough on his back bumper, and then they just did not hook up well. Big stack up, sending the 95 scraping across his lid. That is collect the 97 of Gold. We have seen several other cars involved in this one. The 07 of Scott Bellum. Les Levy in the 62 able to slow down for it and not get caught up in it. We go off the nose of the 62, running the squatty potty machine here tonight. You see the pile up happening in front of him. He is able to get hard on the brakes, get it slowed down, actually pulls to a complete stop. A perfect Donnelly maneuver right there.
I mean, you almost have to come to a stop when the whole track's covered with cars flying all around. So, heck of a job by him to be able to get it woed up, not end up involved in it himself. I think, KR, it may be easier to list the cars not involved with this big one right at the start of the final round for tonight's race. And that's going to eat up a lot of good race cars.
Looks like several drivers thinking of hitting pit road. Here they come. Chase Berry leading this field as he has for 31 laps so far. Chase with an outstanding race so far. He said he is in desperation mode. He has got his teeth sunk into this lead and he is not willing to give it up. Now he is relying on his pit crew to help him out here. As the 11 machine into his pit box cleanly, and away he goes with a very quick pit stop. Just a splash of fuel, no tires, and away he goes.
Yeah, KR, and I was actually tuned in down here at the 2's pit, David McCullough's pit, and his crew chief threw the whole kitchen sink at it. Everything's nice and neat now. All the fenders are straight once again, so fast repair has been eaten 2 of David McCullough rolling out. Looks like he's going to line up somewhere around 4th or 5th place here after being, I won't say the initiator, but being involved at the beginning of that big wreck here. Tough break.
All right, guys, we're going to step away for a minute. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network as we are here cycling around under the yellow here at Daytona International Speedway. Chase Berry's still out front. He has been a front runner all night long, but now he is going to have a new challenger on his outside. That is the 77 of David Booth, and he is hailing from the Last Lap Motorsports. Meanwhile, row number 2 for this restart will be made up of the 82 of Daniel Harrington and the 15 of Alex Green. These drivers starting to make their way to the front, and they are hoping for a good finish here tonight. They are mired deep in the points, and a win would go a long way for every single one of our drivers in the first 2 rows. Lights have gone out on the Ford Buttstain, most likely because it has a failure of some sort and will hit pit road this time to get that fixed. Here we go, Chase Berry in the 11 machine. Green flag is out and we are back underway. And Chase with a good restart. However, the 15 and the 77 already hooked up and running nose to tail. They're going to have a lot of momentum as they work their way through 1 and 2.
And just looking a little bit further back from them, I'm looking at Rick Seabrands leading this little Calmer pack right here with James Mayer, Mark Mann, all running in line. Josh Milam there as well, but they're going to start to close in on this front 5 the next lap or 2. So everybody's going to string out and then come back together. That little accordion effect coming into play. Maybe not.
They'll get there sooner or later. Good news is the 95 of James Mayer, even though that last caution he was upside down sliding around on his roof, fast repair available to that 95 machine, and he finds himself sitting in 7th place. So a good and easy recovery possible for the 95 machine. But man, I'll tell you what, that 11 of Chase Berry has definitely got victory lane on his mind. He is doing all he can tonight to be the first car at every single point. He is going for maximum points here tonight. And that 11 now trying to battle with the 82 of Daniel Harrington as Harrington makes a move to the outside.
Side-by-side battle for the first 2 positions on track. Chase Berry down on the inside with a push from Christian Walker. Looks like Alex Green's gonna stay down on the bottom lane with them. Now front 2 cars almost clear. Can't get it done just yet. Daniel Harrington holding strong out there on the outside with help from David Booth as they go back into turn 3. Once again, Chase Berry still your leader.
Alex Green in the 15, the 3rd car in this inside lane. Meanwhile, it's the 82 and the 77 on the outside. David Booth looking for his first win in his rookie season here on Monday night, battling inside the top 5. We're looking at just under 40 laps to go here tonight at Daytona.
And where did Scott Bellum and his crew, Thomas Gold, Douglas Rice, where did they come from? They were shot out of a cannon. The back of the field now up here with these top 5. They just, I mean, seriously, all of a sudden I didn't see them on screen, and then boom, right there they are, starting to mix it up with this lead pack.
Doug Rice in the 35 machine, who has been floundering 1 lap down, making his presence felt here, got back on the lead lap, has charged to the front of this field, and Doug Rice has got to have the recovery of the night so far because he has been 1 lap down so many laps. Once he got back on the lead lap, he wasted no time making his presence felt.
Chase Berry, victory lane on his mind, not leaving that yellow line, staying glued to it probably for the rest of the time he's out there. Tristan Walker still on his rear bumper, small gap in between them. Tristan's gonna have to keep an eye on that water temperature, as we've seen at least 1 car, the 7 of Josh Milam, contact between the 15 and the 07 of Scott Bellum. They keep it going straight though, heading back now side by side, 4 rows deep going into turn 1.
Doug Rice giving us a beautiful on-board shot of the battle that is happening at the front of the pack here. We got 1 car that this lead pack is getting ready to swallow up. How will they handle it here at Daytona International Speedway? Chase Berry in the 11 currently scored the last lap leader, but Daniel Harrington in the 82 trying to take it away from him, and for the moment he has the lead by half a car length and will lead that lap. So Daniel Harrington leading his first lap of the race. Meanwhile, the 84 of Aspen Belvin gonna hug that wall as close as he can. Not the race that Aspen wanted, picking up a win earlier in the season, trying to gain some ground in the points. Aspen right now struggling in 24th spot. The first and only car scored 1 lap down.
Yeah, that unfortunately probably won't be the last lap that Aspen loses here tonight. Front clip missing off of the front of that car, so it's going to be a tough, rough sledding for the rest of this race for him. Still battling for the lead, though. Daniel Harrington leads another lap at the line. He's the one that crosses the line first. Chase Berry still trying to get it done, though. Hasn't left that bottom lane just yet. Second pack starting to get doubled up as well with the outside lane surging just a little bit. 4-on-4 race car battle up front, still battling for the lead. Now starting to surge on the outside is Daniel Harrington. He's clear. Will he drop to the bottom? Yes, he does.
Going on board with the 116 machine of Mike Schultz. Schultz was in that second group of cars, but now because of the run he has, he is going to allow this 2 packs of racing to become 1. Schultz with a standing charge to catch up to this lead pack, finds himself now behind the 97 of Thomas Gold on the inside lane. These drivers all know what is on the line. They are all doing what they can, laying it all out there, wide open, throttle down as much as they can.
And Scott Bellum has just absolutely shoved David Booth down the back stretch into the lead in front of Chase Berry. Coming off of 4, Chase looking to the outside, not going to be able to make the move, going to be stuck down there by a good side draft off of the 07 of Scott Bellum with a push from Doug Price in that 35 who we've been talking about here lately. Great run from Doug, overcoming a lot of adversity. See, this is why these guys get out there and just pound it to the pavement until their car just won't take anymore.
I have been riding David Booth hard because he is sporting my number, and I expect perfection out of anyone who runs in the 77 machine. And David Booth picking up his first laps led of the night here tonight. And I'll tell you what, David Booth, we're going to do a second one here tonight. Get it done, David, as he is leading the charge here. Man, oh man, if the 77 hits victory lane tonight, that will be a celebration in this broadcast.
And man, I tell you what, Chase Berry, he told us he was going to try to keep it up there in the top 5, but he did not tell us he was going to try to keep it on the point, making a big move to the outside lane. Able to go to the bottom now if he wants, but looks like he's going to stick it out there on the outside lane for now. With Scott Bellum still pushing him. David Booth starting to surge back on the bottom now, back to the lead for him. Who's going to get it when they cross the line?
We see this time and time again, the inside lane prevailing through the corners, the outside lane prevailing down the backstretch. It's all about timing here in this pack racing style that Daytona offers. And these drivers know what they need to do, every single one of them trying to set themselves up, and we're about 4 laps away from green flag pit stops.
4 laps for a lot of these guys. A lot of them did pit with 1 to go. So that's going to give them just a little bit extra fuel, able to go maybe 2 or 3 extra laps out there as everybody's single file. So these guys single file down there on the bottom K are going to be able to save a little bit more gas between front runners. Chase Berry and David Booth still battling side by side. Chase Berry that time adding another lap to his count, already up to 42 now.
Chase Berry trying to lock in the most laps led. However, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds scored 1 lap down earlier in this race. Now he is running in 21st spot. Last car in this lead pack. It is 25 seconds back to 22nd place. Travis Elliott in the 51 machine. But Hunter Reynolds doing a good job to put himself in a place to recover from his earlier mistakes in this race. And by mistakes, they could have been of no fault of his own. We have seen a couple cautions here tonight. But Hunter Reynolds not one to give up. And he has mentioned that he would like to win this one tonight for his buddy and teammate, Derek Conley. We heard Chase Berry mention that Derek Conley was going under the knife here tomorrow. That is why the 28 machine is not out on track. And we do want to extend a heartfelt get well soon. Hope your surgery goes well. And I could have done it for $50 to Derek Conley.
Absolutely could have done it cheaper. Not sure it would have been better, but best wishes for Derek. Everything going on with him tomorrow. Hope to see him back out on track soon, and we sure do miss him out there on track here tonight.
Scott Bellum in the 07 machine on point. He has led for 2 laps here tonight, but the 11 of Chase Berry hounding him, wanting that lead back. The 77 of David Booth right there as well. We got 3 cars starting to pull away a little bit as we're going to start prepping for green flag pit stops. Everyone's starting to pull to the inside lane, and 84 machine of Aspen Belvin already hitting pit road. He is currently scored 2 laps down. But you see this long line of drivers all on the inside lane. That lets you know they're all trying to set up for green flag pit stops.
Indeed, green flag pit stops here within the next next lap to about 4 laps is maybe all they can get out of it. A few of the drivers may be able to stretch it another 5 or 6 laps. So definitely getting ready for these green flag pit stops. Gonna be close on fuel. Chase Berry off, Tristan Walker off as well.
All right, we got a couple drivers hitting pit road, as you called it out. Chase Berry in the 11, the 12 machine of Tristan Walker, the 38 of Cody Levitt, all on pit road, but the 07 of Scott Bellum, he stays out on track, leading the charge for the moment. David Booth in the 77 machine sitting in second, but here comes the 4 and the 2 and the 89 making that outside lane work. They are on a mission to get to the front. Rick Seabrans has not made his presence felt all race long, and all of a sudden he is there to lead a lap. Daniel Harrington hard into the inside wall as he tried to hit pit road. David Booth now sideways. Bad pit stops entries for several drivers here, and I'm gonna catch my breath.
Yeah, that was a whole lot to say. My goodness, stuff getting all mixed up, caught up now. Rick Seabrans, David McCullough, Kenneth McCullough, James Mayer, Mark Mann, all grouped up together, working down the backstretch. That big pack of cars that just pitted, probably gonna lose a lot of time with all of the incidents and shenanigans, I love that word, going on. Looks like they're peeling off this time by. McCullough's pretty close to each other, both aggressively on the pit road. They make contact.
Kenneth McCullough sideways again, another bad pit stop entry. David McCullough, though, with a little bit of contact on his back bumper, able to hold on to it, but Kenneth McCullough sideways. Our pole sitter experiencing some more issues tonight. Robert Duvendak in the 10 breaking away, but the 89 machine going to be the big loser, and we're under yellow here tonight. And I think the 14 of Cody Eldred and the 15 of Alex Green are going to want this one back. We go to our turn 3 Racing Network instant replay. You see the 14 and the 15 coming off of pit road. They are trying to get up to speed. The 15 tags the 14. The 14 gets out of shape and both drivers into the wall. The 84 of Aspen Belvin. The hard luck race from the 84 machine continues to get worse for him as he is caught up in another one. As we go on board with Aspen Belvin, you see the 14 and the 15 make contact as they try to get off of pit road. And oh my goodness, what a green flag pit stop sequence that was.
Just when I was talking about that second pack, pitting and having issues in that pack of Rick Seabrands and his guys, gonna probably gain if they can get a clean pit stop. Chaos ensues on that one as well. Now it looks like Scott Bellum is being scored as the leader. Some of these guys caught on this caution while they were still on pit road, so I think this is really going to jumble up a lot of the field. All of them will pretty much still be on the same strategy, but stuff is about to get very interesting, that is for sure.
I don't think anybody can make it on fuel even if they hit pit road on this pit stop. But I gotta think someone's gonna try it. And man, I'm gonna give props to whoever tries it. They're gonna have to save a lot of fuel, as we are just on the outside looking in of this fuel window to make it to the end without any green, white checkered attempts. This league does offer 2 green, white checkered attempts. Speaking of this league, if you would like to join them here on Monday nights, you can apply to the league underneath the iRacing League tabs. They do have 2 feeder series that you will have to run in before you get an invite to the Monday Night League. Several drivers have received their promotions into Monday night. One of them, someone that I have ridden very hard, that is the Tin Machine of Robert Dubendak. I challenged him to make it to the Monday Night League, and he has done just that. And speaking of Dubendak, he is not having the night he would like to have. This caution has found him 1 lap down in that powder blue and pink machine with a 10 adorning it. Chase Berry in the 11, sitting in 5th place right now. Berry has led the most laps so far, trying to lock down the most points possible. But Scott Bellum in the 07, our race leader, he is finding himself several cars behind the pace cars. We got a big mix-up as this caution comes out while we were in the midst of a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, definitely not a good time to be an official or up in that race control to have to deal with I'm in front of who and all that mess and nonsense. But things are going to be jumbled up. You see Mark Mann, a couple of other guys up there in front of Scott Bellum right now. They will receive a wave around when we get the 1 to go. So they will line up tail end of the field. But David Booth was up there battling for the lead. Showing him right now being scored a lap down. So one of those guys getting caught with maybe being part of that bad pit stop, and then the caution coming out during the green flag, no pit stop. So tough luck for some guys capitalizing on it. Scott Bellum shaking that horseshoe up there up front.
Scott Bellum using all the golden dust in his horseshoe, finding himself out front. Now, he has got to hit pit road. I gotta believe that none of these drivers will think they can make it to the end here tonight, especially knowing that they have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered. But if we don't see the 07 hit pit road this time, we will pull him up into the booth for an interview. I just don't want to interrupt their concentration while they hit pit road. And he has not. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a word in with our race leader, if I can find him. There we go. Hold on 1 second. From the Imperial Motorsports channel, the 07 Scott Bellum, our race leader at the moment. Scott, how you doing out there tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, KR?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm watching a spectacular race being provided by some even more spectacular drivers. and I am finding the 07 out front right now. A bit of a shock. We haven't got to talk about you a whole lot here tonight. All of a sudden, you have found yourself up front. Tell us a little bit about your race and what you have gone through.
Yeah, I was kind of hanging out in the back for the most part of the first half. Got caught up in one wreck, and now just working my way up front. Got a short amount of laps left, so this is where I want to be.
But 07 is looking just on the outside of making it to the end of a fuel run here to the end of the race. Are you going to try and make it? What's your strategy here?
I think right now, I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it unless you're going half throttle the rest of the way. So I think I'm going to stay out and then push it to the end and come in and take a splash and go.
Well, the 07 has been long due for being a driver to hit victory lane. Could tonight be your night?
Yeah, I hope so. I really like this track. This is one of my favorite super speedway tracks. So hopefully we can make it happen. I got my teammate up front here with me, Thomas Gould. So we're going to make a heck of a shot here.
All right, man. Well, the lights have gone out on the pace car. We'll let you go. Real quick, though, I pulled you from Imperial Motorsports in our TeamSpeak channel. Is that y'all's team name, or is that just a channel you settled in?
No, that's our team name. If anybody wants to check us out, Imperial Motorsports, we're on Facebook, and we run a lot of different leagues, so you'll see us out there all over the place.
All right, you heard it from Scott Bellum, Imperial Motorsports driver, working with Thomas Gould here tonight, man. Good luck to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you in victory lane.
All right, thanks, KR.
All right, guys, they are getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Lights have gone out on the Ford Buttstain. I can only chalk that up as that it has failed once again. So sad that they are not using the Chevy Silverado out here.
Yeah, once again, our requests just fall on deaf ears. We don't. Who cares if we get what we want up here in the booth, huh?
I'll tell you what, maybe in season 4 is coming up. Contract negotiations are underway for Turn 3, the broadcast OP Racing Network. Let us know here tonight. We're going to do it. We're going to start an open vote. Everyone in the YouTube chats, do you want the Ford Buttstain or the Chevy Silverado to take over as the pace car for season 4? Let me know. I know how Dave is voting. I know how I'm voting. Let's hear how the fans are voting. But the pace car is off. Green flag is out, and we're back underway for what could be the final run here tonight. Scott Bellum in the 07 with his teammate, the 97 of Thomas Gould, on the outside, trying to make it happen.
And kind of uncharacteristically and weird here, 4-car breakaway right off a restart. So interesting to see these 4 cars just take off like that. But looks like David Booth is starting to make up a little bit of ground now, grab a hold of that 97 of Thomas Gould. The rest of the pack should slowly start to form back up. Les Levy back there with Hunter Reynolds. They should all come back together. But leading this field once again off of turn 4, the 11 of Chase Berry back to the front. We'll make it official when he crosses the line. There it is, back to the lead, Chase Berry.
Chase Berry trying to lock in, leading the most laps here tonight, and he is on a mission to get it done. And he is trying to earn maximum points. He said it in an earlier interview, and he is backing it up so far. He only needs to do one more thing, and that is lead the last lap. The 11 machine doing all he can, but here comes the 62, sporting the squatty potty on the machine that he pilots. Les Levy charging to the front after he has been floundering around in the back of the pack. Les Levy going to lead that lap, and that makes it his first lap led of the night.
I think he came to the front to poop on the party. Take over the lead. Just for a second, still finds himself leading that outside lane. Trying to get the lead back now, down the backstretch. The 11 to the 12 of Tristan Walker, nose to tail. Scott Bellum pushing that inside line as well. Les Levy not quite showing the speed that he just had with the run going to the front that last lap.
Les Levy trying to be the party pooper out here tonight, sporting the squatty potty all over that machine. If you guys aren't following the OP Racing Network, or I'm sorry, the OP Racing Super Speedway channel on Facebook, then you're missing out on the press releases that Les Levy provides, and they are a sight to be seen. And that 62 machine now, a big pile of poo coming out of the 62 for the 11 machine. But Les Levy would love to celebrate in victory lane here tonight. Chase Berry, though, man on a mission. He is bound and determined to win this race. Someone is going to have to wrestle away this lead from the 11 machine.
And slowly but surely, that outside lane starting to be the place to be in. I think here in another lap or so, you might just see that 62 of Les Levy take and I guess take it for himself. Believe you get what I mean? Or no?
I'm running out of poo jokes.
Yeah, I'm kind of, kind of hit the fan over here.
Toilet humor only goes so far. You know, a radio DJ in my area says that the perfect formula for a successful radio show is booger, booger, fart, fart, wiener. Well, let's try it. Les Levy running the fart jokes here tonight. He sports the squatty potty into 62, losing a little bit of ground to the 11 of Chase Berry. Chase Berry has his teammate, the 12 machine of Tristan Walker, right behind him. Those two cars are going to be tough to beat, but can the 12 make something happen for the 11? Can the 11 keep the rest of the field behind him? He only has 5 more laps to go of leading before he has led half of tonight's race.
Something, if I'm Chase Berry, I'm on the horn with my crew chief to try to make sure that Tristan Walker, my teammate, is keeping that thing a little bit cool. Hard to see, as I said earlier in the race, Josh Milam burned up an engine out there trying to push. Got it too hot, blew a gasket right through it. So I'd want to make sure my teammate's going to be able to push me later on as we get closer and closer to 10 to go.
Field working its way through 3 and 4. Chase Berry solidly out front, does not have a challenge from anyone in the outside lane. Able to breathe a little bit here for the moment, but the 62 of Les Levy starting to gain some momentum as he works his way through the tri-oval. Now he's starting to pull even with the 12 machine of Tristan Walker. Here comes the 62 of Les Levy on the outside lane. He's got a lot of cars working with him, including the 02 of David Overstreet.
But just like last lap, though, Tristan Walker stays off him through the corners. Last lap, he actually was pushing him the entire way down the back stretch and into turn 3 and 4. So maybe that temperature is starting to come into play here as he's leaving about a quarter of a car gap or so. His teammate's bumper. Les Levy trying to surge on the outside now. Chase Berry still with the lead in hand. Lap 48 for him on the lead lap counter or lap sped counter.
Yeah, we got you. We know what you're trying to say. Meanwhile, the 2 and the 89, they're lined up. When are the White Trash Racing teammates going to make their move to that third lane as we have just about 10 more laps to go in this race. Don't forget, we have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered. And I gotta tell you, this field, every single one of these drivers that is out here has a shot at winning. When will someone from the back of the pack decide it is time to make some noise? And the 04 and the 4 machine, they are ones not to count out. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, the 04 of Mark Mann with the 82 of Daniel Harrington. These guys tail end of this lead pack. Can they make something happen with the 95 of James Mayer, maybe trying to set the pace for them? But man, I'll tell you, 10 laps to go. If you got something, now's the time to start showing it.
Yeah, and Les Levy finally able to get by the 11 of Chase Berry, jumps down to the bottom, takes the lead. David Overstreet now challenging Doug Rice. Down 1 lap, I still believe, but nonetheless, right there, no, actually, Doug's back on the lead lap, isn't he?
And Doug Rice in the 35 machine running on the lead lap. Everyone up in this battle is on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down is the 10 machine of Robert Duvendak. He finds himself battling with these leaders. He has got to be very careful in the position he finds himself in, because if you are a lap down, making an issue is not good, as we see cars peeling off for pit road.
Yeah, and I was beginning to wonder here, was anybody gonna actually try it? Was anybody gonna try to stretch it and just stay out? Doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. A couple of cars are still out there though. Doug Rice, David Overstreet, the McCullough clan out there on the outside with a move for the lead now. The 2 of David McCullough to the front of the field.
David McCullough in the 2 machine, the 89 of Kenneth McCullough, both drivers from the White Trash Racing stable. They have made their way to the front. The 89, our pole sitter for tonight, finds himself back to the front, pushing his teammate, and they are going to lead this lap. David McCullough picking up that lap lead, making it his 3rd one of the race. When will these drivers hit pit road? 7 laps to go here in our scheduled distance.
And look on the outside for Titleist car of Will Weber. Look at that. Look at that. Landing it right on the fairway with that Titleist machine out there. Heck of a job.
Will Weber's press release for tonight's event said he was going to start running a paint scheme for his initial sport, and that is of golf. And I'm not sure how that relates to racing, other than the fact that he is sporting a golf ball on that car. The 24 machine has been bouncing around all night long, finding himself now in position to battle for the race lead. When will these drivers hit pit road?
I think the common ground, KR, is both fans get drunk.
But you can do that at golf?
How else are you going to stand around and watch it?
I think I found my new favorite sport.
Not as exciting as racing action though. Will Weber to the lead, that time by with help from Robert Duvendak. David Booth still out there as well. The McCullough boys still leading the charge on the bottom lane, taking the lead back now. Down the back stretch is David McCullough.
Man, oh man, this race has had so many switches, so many changes. Our drivers all laying out there trying to pick up the race win. Mark Mann in the 04 being swallowed up there, going a lap down. Robert Duvendak still the first car, 1 lap down. He is now directly behind our race leader. Can Duvendak make it to the end of this race. 4 laps to go in this event, and the 24 machine of Will Weber running that tank as long as he can. Several other drivers now have peeled off, have hit pit road. They're trying to make their pit stops, and this is going to be very, very close. The 35 of Doug Rice sitting in second place. The 77 machine of David Booth finding himself 1 lap down, all the way down in 15th place, but he is now hitting pit road.
And I hope they don't prove me wrong and go ahead and pit, but I actually believe the 35 of Douglas Rice, Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, Cody Levitt, I believe all of those drivers can make it on fuel. We got a pack of about 6 cars back a little bit further, already been on pit road. The 97 of Thomas Gold leads that little pack there with Alex Green and company. David McCullough just in front of them. So I wonder if they're going to roll the dice, some of these guys up here up front. If I was I don't know, one of the drivers that just need an absolute win, I think I might do it here. Coming to 2 to go at Daytona International Speedway.
If I'm Will Weber in the 24 machine, I am going to try and do all I can to save some fuel to make it to the end of this race. He is out front looking for his first win of the season. He has come from the race control booth, has stepped into driver role when Mark Vega said, I am not going to make it in the championship. I want to go back to the booth. Will Weber said, I want to go back to driving. Those two have switched roles here in the league, and Will Weber out front now in the 24 machine. He is going to take the white flag here tonight. The next flag is going to end it. Does Will Weber have enough fuel? Does he have enough momentum to get it going? Here comes the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, finding himself 1 lap down earlier in this race. Josh Milam in the 7 blew his engine earlier in this race, took full advantage. The 24's out of fuel. He is down on the infield. He is slowed. He is not going to make it. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 out front. Josh Milam. Now can Josh make it? Who is going to have enough fuel? Milam doing all he can. Here comes Cody Levitt in the 38. Who's it going to be at the line? And it is going to be Hunter Reynolds in the 26, picking up the win here tonight.
And coming to the line, a couple more cars running out of gas. Douglas Rice kind of just creeping across the line, coming in 4th. Will Weber will pick up the 5th position, but how about that finish? Just when we thought everybody needed to pit, a couple of drivers shook the dice up, threw them out there, walked away with $1 million.
Man, oh man, Hunter Reynolds, the surprise winner of tonight's race, got it done in the closing stages, and that 26 did it on fumes. Josh Milam coming home 2nd, and Cody Levitt in his best finish of the season, picking up a 3rd place finish here tonight. Holy cow.
And I don't think Josh Milam is going to make it back around the pit road.
All right, guys, we're going to set
I don't
up.
even know if Hunter's got gas right now. Does he got any gas?
I have no clue, but guys, we're going to set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have wrapped up what can only be described as an awesome finish to the OP Racing Super Speedway League here at Daytona. And the 26 of Hunter Reynolds timed it so perfectly, he didn't even have enough fuel to celebrate tonight's win. Congratulations, Hunter Reynolds. Job done. You pick up the win. I've already said it. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I think this win was far overdue. We've been having some great runs lately.
Well, that 26 machine found itself one lap down in this race. You battled with the leaders, putting yourself in a difficult position, knowing that you needed to stay with them, but could not interfere in the race. You ran the race perfectly here tonight, and you come out on top with just enough fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah, man, it was getting my lap back, that was crazy because I knew I had to get around the 35 because we were battling for position, and then the only way I could do it at that moment was the outside, and it ended up working out, which I was really happy with. And then using the fast repair early, I just wasn't sure how we were going to do it. I was hoping for a top 10 at the end, but it's great.
Well, the 26 comes home our race winner tonight. You led only one lap, but it was the most important lap of the race, man. Job well done. Fuel Sim Racing back to victory lane. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, huge thank you to Greens Rod Shop for coming on. Josh, my teammate, thank you so much. Cody, appreciate you sticking with us there. All the admins at OP, they do a great job. And Turn 3, you guys put on an awesome broadcast.
All right, Hunter Reynolds picking up the win here tonight, man. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, I am now going to throw it over to Dave Worrell, who has caught up with our second place finisher, who has also ran out of fuel on the backstretch.
Yeah, long walk to get to your second place finisher, the 7 of Josh Milam out of the FSR stable as well. Both drivers up there on the first two podium positions. Josh, how was the race out there for you tonight?
It was great, man. Ran into some trouble early on in the race. Used that fast repair up. Had to kind of lay back, just watch things happen. But it's exciting to be back in the booth. Haven't been in here in a long time.
Well, at any point in time out there tonight, what was the trigger that made you kind of calm down a little bit? Was it that initial accident having to use that fast repair, or after the fast repair maybe try to drive up front and then calm down? What was your strategy throughout the race to be here at the end when it all mattered?
Definitely, always going to try to go hard when I got that fast repair, but I ended up taking some front end damage with one of the first wrecks. So not sure what type of damage it was, but I know I was getting a little heated there, and I ended up blowing my car up. I was able to coast in the pits, fix it, come back out. I knew that I just had to cool it until the end of the race, and right there at the last laps, give it what we had.
Yeah, man, I seen you out there pushing and then blow up. We can't hold it against you. You got a Ford engine in that thing, but you managed to bring it back to the front at the end of it. So that's all that matters, is where you finish. Great job out there tonight, man. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs or anything like that?
Definitely congratulations to that newest member, Hunter Reynolds of FSR, getting his first win as a teammate here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to OP. Also, shout out to Derek Conley, who couldn't be here with us tonight to race. I'm sure he's watching. Just all around great race. Thank you, Cody, third place finisher, sticking with us there. Wasn't sure if he's going to try to pull that win out or not, but I know I crossed the finish line with no fuel, so it's a good night.
All right, bud. Well, once again, a great job, and we will try to catch up with you once again next week. There you have it. That was the 7 of Josh Milam. We're going to throw it back up to KR. I believe he's got our third place finisher.
I have caught up with Cody Levitt in the 38 machine. He is out of fuel as well. Man, oh man, this race came down to drivers cutting it so close on fuel. Cody, you bring it home in third place here tonight. Tell us a little bit about what you went through.
I went through a lot of thinking in my brain. I had no idea if I was going to make it or not. That last pit stop, the last caution, I was like, I've got to come down with 2 to green or with 1 to green, or I'm not going to make it, because I was saving under caution. I made it to about the end of the tri-oval, and that's when I ran out on the final lap, or come to checkered. So we're good.
Well, you got the job here. You got the job done here tonight in the 7.5 machine, sporting the 38 on the side. Man, Cody, congratulations. This has got to be a great finish for you here tonight. Man, what a race, what a job done here tonight. And I'm gonna have to give you a little bit of a hard time here, because I hear you're friends with Roger Muth.
Yep, Roger Muth up in the booth. One of my best friends on this.
Well, all right, Cody, man, you have the mic while you have this third place finish, a podium finish for you. I believe that's your first one here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
I want to thank you two for broadcasting this league. You guys always do a great job. I want to thank JSI for bringing me on. Thank Fuel as well, because we work together a little bit. So I like those guys too. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching, and go Knights go.
Go Knights go. Man, I'll tell you what, us hockey fans are few and far between. I do appreciate a hockey throw out there, Cody. Congratulations, man, on that third place finish. Job well done for you here tonight.
Thank you.
Cody Levitt bringing it home in third place. Our top 3 drivers, our podium finishing drivers, all giving us a quick little word here tonight. Man, Dave, what a finish this was. And this race all night long was complete insanity from start to finish.
Absolutely was. These guys, once again, not disappointing. Little bit of everything wrapped up into the race. Again, 3 wide battling, green flag pit stops coming on, fuel strategy at the end. And man, I'm sweating over here, KR. Watching these guys stretch that fuel to the end like that, I was a little nervous myself for those leaders up there, but they were able to play with that gas pedal and get the job done. So just another great race in the books here at Turn 3 Racing Network for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series.
That it was, and that means it is now time to go through our finishing results. Hunter Reynolds picking up the win here tonight. Josh Milam coming home second. Cody Levitt ending up third. All 3 drivers out of fuel when they crossed the start finish line. Didn't even have enough for a celebration, a burn down, smoke show, whatever you want to call it, but a job well done for them. Doug Rice in the 35 machine comes home fourth. Scott Bellum finishing fifth. Thomas Gould in sixth. Seventh place going to Tristan Walker. Eighth, David Overstreet. Rick Seabrands finishing fourth. In the 4 machine, finishing ninth. 10th will be our pole center, Kenneth McCullough Jr. Will Weber finishing 11th. 12th going to David McCullough. James Mayer in the 95 machine ending up 13th. 14th going to Mark Mann in the Batmobile. Robert Duvendak finishing 15th. 16th going to the Squatty Potty of Les Levy. Chase Berry winning stage 1 and stage 2 finds himself in 17th place, 1 lap down. Mike Schultz finishing 18th. 19th going to Alex Green. Daniel Harrington, Demon Tech 82 on Twitch, finishing in 20th place. 21st going to David Booth. Cody Eldred finishing 22nd. 23rd going to Travis Elliott. Aspen Belvin having a night he'd like to forget, ending up 24th. 25th going to Anthony English with an early exit, and Nate DeFayette having issues beyond his control. Tough break for the 9 machine here tonight. And as always, a special shout out and thank you to our race admin, Mark Vega, rounding out our field here tonight. So guys, another race wrapped up for Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope everyone had a good time, and we hope to see you next Monday night. On behalf of myself and Dave Worrell, guys, what a race, what a night, and we'll see y'all next week. And as always, we're gonna sign off with a video provided to us by Derek Conley, driver of the 28 machine. Conley going to surgery tomorrow. Derek, man, we hope you come through on the other side better and ready to hit the track next week. Guys, have a good night, and thank you for joining us.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.